All right, we're going to watch Wenxu's backstroke. This time is from above the water. So we're going to kind of see what his hands are doing. As we first start to see this recovery, the very first thing we notice, that thumb is coming up really good. That is a nice straight arm recovery. As we get halfway through that stroke, we can see the arm is straight. You're starting to turn from your thumb to your pinky, which is fantastic, and your eyes are looking directly up. So Wenxu, we like all three of those things really, really a lot. As you enter that water, you can see good pinky entry, grabbing good water right away. That looks fantastic. Now in this right hand entry, you kind of see the wrist is bent. Be careful, we don't want to bend that wrist. When you bend that wrist, that means you're kind of coming up with your palm down instead of thumb up. We always want to see thumbs up, pinkies in. Okay, so thumb out, pinky in, thumb out, pinky in. So get that thumb, not the flat of that hand. But again, right here at the top of your stroke, you got a nice straight arm recovery. So that looks great. Good job of turning pinky in. That head Wenxu looks like it's staying really pretty still. Sometimes you kind of turn it to the left there a little bit. Try to keep it a little more still. Don't let it sink and don't let it float to that left side. Good job of turning that pinky early. Okay, now the other thing I want you to pay attention to, remember, wind it just a little bit, but I do want you to look in those feet. We talked a little bit earlier about white water, making sure that we're really working at that underwater kick, being a little bit higher. You can kind of see right here, you never really see your feet breaking the surface. So let's work on the strength and the power from that kick. Okay, you've got a good kick. It's nice and steady. It's just not as strong as we'd like to see it. All right, we go here into our turn. We're going to take one extra stroke than we needed to do. What would have been perfect is right here. As your left hand enters there, if you had actually started to turn over to your stomach here, that would have been perfect. It would have been exactly the right distance. You'd been able to pull them to your wall. But instead what you do is you take one extra stroke here, and because of that, you really kind of have to fight to get in, and it's a little bit further away or a little bit closer to the wall than what we'd like to see. So try to get one less stroke in your turn, and let's see where it goes. You may not be quite ready for it, but I do think it would be a better turn for you. 1, 2 dolphin kicks, and this is where we want to see you coming up, and I would say you're probably about a body length and a half away from that. So we know that we want 6 dolphin kicks, right? So we know that, and we're doing 2. I think the underwater we saw 3 or 4, but again, 2, 3, or 4, none of them equals 6. All right, so let's make sure we do those 6 dolphin kicks every single time. The other thing is what's happening is because you're coming up so quickly, you're not really able to get off that wall very far, and your breakout's a little bit late too. Okay, you can see that here your head's already breaking the surface. Look at how far, look at how much that arm is out of the water. And your left hand has just barely even started doing anything. So this breakout's got to be a lot earlier, okay? If you get that breakout earlier, Wenxu, it's going to be a lot better for you, and you're going to feel a lot more speed early on. This is where you should really start that first stroke, is right there. And at that point, you've taken, I think, 3. So let's keep working on that, okay? Great job, Wenxu.